Hello and welcome to Geeky Bit. Today in tech history, we're going to talk about Wolfenstein 3D, or more specific, the ports for Wolfenstein 3D. So long before people were saying, can it run Crysis, people were porting Doom to anything and everything they could. And before that, there was Wolfenstein 3D. Wolfenstein 3D was considered the first FPS, which is a first-person shooter, while it was not the first game to use a first-person perspective. Wolfenstein 3D was first released on May 5th, 1992, and was in development as early as mid-1991. Wolfenstein 3D was on such platforms as PC, Mac, SNES, Jaguar, the Acorn Archimedes, iOS, and PS3. Now let's take a look at some of these ports. Let's start off with the PC. As you can see, here's the start screen, that classic logo. Now we've got the menu, which familiar for anybody who's ever used the PC. Of course, we're not trying to play good, so we'll just do the very easiest mode we can, because we just want to show the game off. So, we start in the prison cell like we do. So, pretty standard so far. Not something I would expect to be different, as, you know, this is the PC version. So, we'll explore everything for a bit. And pretty much bog standard so far, nothing different, but then again, I grew up on the PC version, so I don't expect to find anything different. It's a pretty fun and solid game for the era. Now here's where we get to some stuff. We have a soldier to shoot. Don't worry about him, he was a bad guy. So, if we go over this way, we can go to where they have the canine area. Another soldier. And then in here, we only have one canine because, of course, we're playing on the easiest mode. These canine food things we can actually eat. Like that over there, if we're low on health, we could eat. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the PC. Now let's take a look at the Macintosh version. Of course, the Macintosh version starts different, as we got an icon to click on here. So we'll go past this, we'll just click continue. It's just telling us, hey, we're slow processor. Alrighty then. And let's see the game in action. Is it any different? As soon as it loads, we'll find out for sure. This is a slower Macintosh. This is a Macintosh LC that I'm running this on. Okay. Here we go. Mac Play. I'm assuming they're the ones who helped port it. Of course, ID Software. Boy, this is running brutally slow. Yep. This is the box art. Okay. Oh, this menu is way different. Definitely not something I was expecting. Well, we'll do Escape from Wolfenstein. And of course, oh, hey, look, this is familiar, but definitely a different screen. We'll select that. Now this right here is the same. Definitely not any different. And once we get in the game, we'll take a look. Any day now. Come on, you can do that last little bit. I believe in you. Someday. Any day now. Boy, this is taking so long. Poor little slow old computer. You can do it. I believe in you. Yep, still running. Mouse moves. And I think we might actually take a minute just loading the game. Holy cow. Oh, there it goes. Oh, here we go. Ooh, this is kind of a small resolution. Let's see if we can change that. Yeah, so our menu works like the Macintosh menu. Oh, here are the screen sizes we could do. We could set it to this. Let's see what happens. I'm not expecting great gameplay. Oh, look, it's filling up the whole screen. And, I'm doing stuff. It'll get there. Oh my goodness. It's a slideshow. Look at this. Well, I think what I'll do is I'll probably set the resolution back because, boy, this is painfully slow. Now, let's see here. Oh, still pretty slideshow-like, but at least the game functions. Alright, let's see what happens. It looks the same so far. That's how we fire. Alright, spacebar lets us open the door, so let's get out of here. Alright. Whoa, hey, this is different. I think I see a soldier. There is a soldier. Wow. So this is the easiest difficulty, has 2 soldiers in here? That's crazy. Didn't even have any soldiers on the PC version, which I believe is the first version. So things look pretty normal. Well, that's pretty much that port. Next, I wanted to show the Apple IIgs, but we had issues. I'll show you what I mean. So once we get the game running, we get the normal splash screens like we should. We can see here Logic Where, and then we can see Ninja Force, and then we'll see ID Software, and then this is what happens when we get to the, well, we're gonna see, the box art. Now, this is the actual screen for the game menu, and there's funky little damaged graphics, and when we click on it, this is what happens. So there's either something wrong with my Apple IIgs or this game. So I've played it before, so I think it's just something is an issue with the Apple IIgs. Okay, with all of that out of the way, let's get on to my story about Wolfenstein 3D ports. So for me, the first real computer my family had was an IBM PS2, and one of the first games I played was Wolfenstein 3D. My father got it from the store about a week after we got the IBM PS2. While I grew up in the era of Oregon Trail for the Apple II, my first game was Asteroids, and my first PC game was Wolfenstein 3D. Wolfenstein 3D was amazing. You were in the driver's seat as it was first person. I spent many nights well past my bedtime playing Wolfenstein 3D into the early hours of the morning and going to school the next day dead tired because I loved the game that much. A few years later, in junior high school, I saw Wolfenstein 3D on something I'd never seen it before, a Macintosh, and a few months later, I saw it advertised for the NES too. But I had long since moved on to Doom by then, so here are my thoughts about Wolfenstein 3D ports. While Doom is known for being ported to anything, Wolfenstein 3D got around too. I think it is a great game still to this day. Back in the heyday of Wolfenstein 3D, ports were a measure of cost versus profit. Will it be profitable to port it over to a platform? Will there be enough users? But today, they're more a matter of getting every last cent you can out of a product. Except for in the case of exclusives, where they get money not to port it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. And if you did, feel free to like it. And if you're not subscribed so already, feel free to do so. And if you'd like to get notifications of my future videos, please click that bell button.